Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. It's easy to think of prehistoric times as a world dominated by dinosaurs. And because we tend to focus on those charismatic megafauna like dinosaurs, we can overlook just how strange and wonderful other prehistoric creatures were. But while it might be hard to imagine today, the prehistoric world was full of bizarre plants that dwarf anything alive today. Take these enormous tree ferns. They grew so tall that they formed entire forest canopies all by themselves. Or this shrub with leaves the size of a double bass drum. It may not look like much, but it's actually one of the oldest known flowering plants. These are just a few examples of the strange and wonderful plants that we explore in this series. But why should we care about prehistoric plants? Why not just focus on the more exciting animals? Well, for one thing, plants are just plain weird. If you spend any time exploring the forest floor, you'd know that even today's plants can seem utterly alien. Take this puffball, for example. It doesn't look like much, but if you cut it open, you find an otherworldly landscape full of tunnels and chambers. This is the fruiting body of a giant fungus, and it's just one example of the strange fungi that have always played a major role in prehistoric ecosystems. But plants aren't just plain weird. They also happen to hold clues about our planet's history. By studying them, we can learn all sorts of things about prehistoric environments, including how they changed over time. What kinds of climates did they experience? How did the continents move? How did life on Earth change after major environmental shifts? All these questions and more can be answered by studying plants. For instance, take this fossil leaf. At first glance, it doesn't look like much, but when we magnify it, we can see all sorts of cool details. The leaf has distinct parallel veins, which tells us that it came from a very specific type of plant. And by comparing similar leaves from different locations and time periods, we can start to piece together how plant life changed over time. One of the most interesting things about this particular fossil is where it was found. See, this leaf was discovered at the La Brea tar pits in Los Angeles. Most people don't realize that the famous tar pits were once a lush wetland ecosystem, but that's exactly what they were. And the fossil record shows that they were home to all sorts of prehistoric plants, including this giant willow. The discovery of these ancient plants helps us understand how Los Angeles went from being a tropical paradise to the dry, sunny city that we know today. But it's not just about the past. By studying prehistoric plants, we can also learn about the future. As our climate continues to change, we need to know how plants have responded to shifts in the past. That's because plants are key indicators of environmental change. They're also a critical part of the solution. Some plants can help us capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Others can provide food or medicine. And still others can teach us about the limits of life on Earth. By studying prehistoric plants, we can learn how different species have adapted to changing environments. We can also learn how they've interacted with each other and with the animals around them. In short, by studying prehistoric plants, we can learn about the history of life on Earth, including our own. So join us as we explore the hidden world of prehistoric plants and discover just how strange and wonderful they really are. Whether we're talking about giant fungi or flowering shrubs, these ancient plants are full of surprises. They also happen to hold clues about our planet's past and future. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to support my work. See you soon.